Well, hello everyone, dear friends, and today in this video, I will show you the full guide to the long-awaited update in the Dead Rails. This is the biggest update in the history of this game, so today I'm going to show you absolutely everything from how to tame a wolf, to how to patch up a mine in Sterling. Therefore, of course, watch the video until the very end, so as not to miss anything for sure. Let's first look at the things that have been added to us in the lobby, namely 3 new challenges. It turns out that the first quest is our recommended dosage. You need to drink 10 snake oil in 10 seconds. It's not difficult anymore, that is, you need to prepare in advance and put 10 snake oil in your inventory at once. And then drink it within 10 seconds. If you do this, then you get 15 bonds, as well as 3 stars. The next challenge is called the shooter. It turns out that there should be 20 different weapons in your inventory at the same time. Or 20 rifles, or 20 revolvers. The main thing is that they should be all 20 pieces in your inventory at the same time. For this, you also get 15 applications, as well as 3 stars. Well, the last challenge is called a typhoon. You have to score $1,000 in one game, which by the way is very easy to do with the high roller class. 2-3 cities at most, and you already have more than $1,000 in the tub. And for that, you also get 15 bonds and 3 stars. Also, the guys showed us some classes. Let's go in order. It turns out that the first class is our conductor. This class was given a HP, that is, if it could not heal for a long time, then now it is a buffly. Now he is being treated in principle like ordinary players, then or other classes. Well, the second class that was taken away from us is our battleship. Finally we got a buff. This class now moves not 20% slower, since it has armor, but 10%. Yes, on the one hand you think it's a small change, but believe me, it's already good. But the cost, unfortunately, has not been changed. 100 bonds, and it remains. Of course, even despite the buff, the cost is still very high. Now when you create your own party where people can come to you, you can change the mode. You can play normal mode. Or you can play Nightmare mode. Nightmare mode is much more difficult because all hostile monsters are stronger, less loot, for example in cities and so on. Also, there is no ability to heal. That is, if you have received damage, you will not be able to heal yourself. Only with healers, for example, bandages or snake oil there. But at the very end, you will get a lot more bonds than in normal fashion. Well, as it turns out, yes, I showed you everything that could be seen in the lobby. And now I'm going to show you all the new changes in the tub itself. For example, here are some new stones in which there is a really cool loot, or here is such a small town of Sterling. And also the rotation of objects in its axis is possible. Well, here I am in a tub, and before I show you new buildings, and also new objects, I would like to show you how rotation around its axis works. It turns out that we have 2 possibilities. We can rotate, but also we can change the direction where we can turn even up. Even in this direction, in general anywhere. That is, with one button we change the rotation, and with the other button we rotate this object. In principle, in some things it is very useful, and it can really be used, for example, to protect your best belt. Or just to attach an object well. And by the way, as I told you earlier, we change the music when certain monsters attack us. That's how the music sounds when cowboys attack us. That's how the music sounds when we are attacked by zombies. And that's how the music sounds when the werewolves attack. Also, as I told you earlier, we have added 3 different versions of zombies, and with a 5% chance. You may get one of these options. The first of them is our zombie cowboy. He will always have a weapon in his hands, from which he can shoot and even kill you, so you need to be careful. Well, somehow this is how it looks like. Let's turn it around, and guys, somehow this is how it looks like. Also guys, another of the new types of zombies is our zombie miner. These zombies will always have a bomb in their hands, and I advise you to keep at least some small distance from them. Otherwise, if you are too close to this zombie, then you will simply blow up with him, since again he has a bomb in his hands, well. And also this is a van shot, you die right away. Well, here we have a third type of zombie, and this is an armored zombie. This zombie is dressed in full armor, and unfortunately you can't just kill him like that. If anything, now I'm playing with a survivalist class, and I had to spend 4 blows to the head, of course, to kill this zombie. Well, and something like this is what it looks like. Therefore, if you see such a zombie, then immediately stock up on weapons and ammunition for it immediately. And basically everything, it was all 3 variants of zombies. Also guys, as I told you earlier, you can meet stones like this along the way, or like this. And from these stones, you can drop out such jewels like this. In my case, I have now unearthed a golden stone, which means that I was given this golden thing, or rather, this is a gold nugget. Well, you may also get stones here. In my case, I got 2 stones. In your case, you may get more stones. Unfortunately, it can't be used as fuel, but it can be sold for $5, because here we have a jang. And the whole jang costs $5. Well, we can sell a gold nugget for $36, almost as much as a gold bar. It's really cool. Well, besides the gold stones, we also have silver stones, of which the loot is exactly the same, but instead of a gold nugget, there is a silver nugget. Well, and so the loot is exactly the same. And by the way, a silver nugget costs us $18. And by the way, I forgot to say that unfortunately it is impossible to sell the stone, even though it is with us January. Also guys, we have this kind of stones, and of course the stones themselves fall out of such stones, as well as a lot of coal. In my case, I was lucky, and I got 3 coals. If such things come across very often, then it's very cool and good. In addition to horses, you can also lure dogs. All you need is to take any corpse. It will be a vampire, even though it will be a werewolf, or a zombie, it doesn't matter. You take this corpse, and feed this corpse to the wolf. And as soon as you tame your wolf, he will leave you alone. Unfortunately, it is impossible to ride it. But there is a plus, he will not eat you, but will go to eat someone else. For example, he can eat wolves, or a horse. In principle, they came up with a cool idea, but again, it's a pity that you can't sit down and ride this wolf. Also guys, as I told you, our inventory has been improved, and first of all, it looks like this now, but secondly, if you have a rifle, for example, then you can throw away everything, absolutely all the cartridges of a particular weapon. Let's try to do it with a rifle, throw away all his cartridges, and as we see, we threw away absolutely all the cartridges on the rifle. And this applies not only to cartridges, but also to armor. If we want to throw away the helmet, for example, then we will throw it away, and then we can give it to our team, for example, to put it on. Well, this applies to absolutely all armor. In other words, they have slightly improved the inventory, and made it so that now you can throw away certain items, and give them to your teammates, for example, if they need it. Also guys, you can find a new item for our horses in the farms, and this is a carriage type for us. Let me show you how it works. If we take, well, absolutely any horse, and try to take this kind of carriage, and attach it to our horse, and we will succeed. And now, as you can see, there is such an unusual carriage, attached to the horse, so to speak. And we can put absolutely everything on it, and even attach it. That is, now we can say that the horse is a new transport of things. And again, it works with absolutely all horses. Also guys, you can't put both a horse and this kind of carriage in your bag at the same time. You put the horse in your bag first, and then only the carriage. But I advise you to do this: unhook the horse from this carriage, attach the horse to your train, and also attach the carriage itself to your train. Well guys, just look what I just found. This is Sterling. As I told you earlier, this can be said to be such a new mini-city. And by the way, you can meet Sterling anywhere, I mean at any kilometer. Even though it will be 60-something kilometers, even though it will be 10-something kilometers, you can still meet. In which there are no zombies, there is no loot, but we have bonds here. Each house has at least one bond. Well, in the church, in addition to the bond, we also have this thing. This thing is called a Jade tablet. And probably you will ask, where should I put the Jade tablet at all? If you walk around this church here, you will see such a small cave in the distance. But the problem is different. We have a passage closed here with such large boards, but this is not a problem. Since we have two dynamites here, we take one of these dynamites, go back to Sterling, and take this torch, if anything. This torch is located above Rifovskaya. Then you go back to the cave, get a torch, and then you get dynamite. Carefully take the dynamite, put it here, take a torch in your hands, and set fire to this dynamite, and move away as far as possible. And now it turns out that these boards are exploding here, and a passage opens up for us. Also, guys, I advise you to always have at least some kind of weapon on hand to defend yourself. Also, guys, I advise you to buy a lot of snake oil, as it will be very useful to you. Because you will be attacked by a lot of monsters, or rather skeletons, and also zombie miners with dynamite. Also, guys, take the second dynamite, which is right here next to the trolley, because it will be useful to you. What a torch. And so, guys, as soon as you come here for the first time, first of all, zombies will attack you, of course. And here are such interesting skeletons. Well, yes, you will have a lot of passages here. And if you walk around a little bit here, then you will see a passage turns out. A closed passage with boards. To open it, we need to get dynamite, of course, take a torch and blow up this dynamite. And it turns out just to wait a little while for the passage to explode. All guys, after you have opened the passage, then here you will see a lot of interesting loot, including jade tiles, which we of course take away. Also here, we will have such an interesting mask, and 2 gold bars, as well as 2 silver bars. And also guys, be very careful when the night begins, because it becomes very dark in the mine, and nothing is visible. Now of course, the morning has begun for me, and I somehow survived this night. Well as a warning, when you loot a room with a mask, as well as with jade tiles, then in a minute or two, you will be attacked by 5 werewolves at once, from which you will of course have to defend yourself. Well, as it is, from this room you go to the left, go and miss it turns out this passage here, and go over there. Then here you will have such a small hole, you come in here and there will be 3 barrels, which of course you move away. And here you will have another tile, which of course you pick up. Then lay out all the jade tablets. Yes, guys, all 3 jade tablets, and put all these jade tiles on this button here. But that's not all, because you need another jade tablet. And to find it, you need to get out of this secret room, then turn right again, then turn left, and then turn right again. Then turn right again, and go to the very end. And here, behind the trolley, we will have the 4th jade tablet. Of course, we pick it up and go back. Well, as soon as we got back, we took out this jade tablet and also put it on this red button here. And then, as soon as we put all 4 jade tablets on the red big button, here we will have a passage to the secret room. And here we will have just a bunch of loot. As we see here, we have gold and silver bars, and we also have bonds here, which is very cool. And also here we have a new weapon, we have a jade sword. This is our jade sword, and it can even be sold. Well, and also with a 50% chance, you can revive any mob, well, or any killed enemy. Let's take this sword in our hands, you just look how cool it looks. And by the way, now it's morning for me, and you just look at how many bonds there are here. I highly recommend you to loot this secret room. Also, guys, we're going to look at a strange mask, that's what it's called. But first, let's look at the ability of this mask. As we can see, we can sell this strange mask. Well, as we can see, this mask allows us to revive dead bodies. If anything, you can't put this mask in your inventory, or put it on, but you can pick it up. In general, guys, let's try to test this sword on these dead bodies here. Let's try to just give this I do not know a cowboy a little bit. It doesn't work that way. Okay, then let's try another option, let's try like this. But something guys is not working. Maybe I was just unlucky because it says there is a 50% chance, but maybe it will work for us with a mask. Come on guys, we're going to try to do just that. It turns out we have really revived the cowboy now. And as you can see now, he is on our side, since I finished this mask on him. And you figure it out, he just went and killed this horse here. That is, if I take absolutely any horse now, for example this one, he will go to kill her. Let's guys see how it works. Here, as you can see, he goes and tries to kill this horse. You look, he's trying to shoot, and now he's going to kill this horse. All the guys, as you can see, he killed a horse and immediately went after another one. In general, this mask really works cool. But let's try to kill him. What happens if I kill him? If I kill him, this mask will come off. And once again, it will be impossible to put this mask on him. That is, it is only a one-time thing. But this is not the end, as we still need to sell these things. Let's see how much we have this strange mask. It turns out we sell it, and it costs us 250 bucks. This can be said to be one of the most expensive things. Well, we still have a sword. Suddenly it will be more expensive. Let's try to sell it. And we get 250 bucks too. That is, both the mask and the sword cost 250 bucks. Well, as it turns out, yes, this is the video I got. I showed you absolutely everything that came out in this long-awaited update. So be sure to like, and subscribe to the channel with a bell, so as not to miss my next videos on my channel for sure. See you in the next video. Good luck to everyone, and bye to everyone.